Hi, my name's Eon. I am an academic tutor at Magic. Magic stands for Miami Animation Gaming International Complex at Miami-Dade. If you are interested in learning more information about Magic, please check the description box below. I will be making a series of tutorial videos for Magic. Alright, let's get started. Okay, first click on the ToonBoom icon. Name your scene or your project. I'll leave everything as its default. You can tell it where to save it. Click on create scene. Okay, today's tutorial is overview of the toolbar for ToonBoom. So the toolbar is on the left side right here. This is where you use to create your drawings and manipulate them and different stuff. Alright, so it's gonna be an overview. So some of them I might not go into details. That may be for another tutorial. So let's get started. Let's start with the pencil tool. So we can make a drawing, like a circle here. As you can see, it's like a vector drawing, and you got on the side here you have your tool properties and showing what type of pencil you're using. You can manipulate the size, the smoothness, how it ends with, and different settings of the pencil tool. As and similar to the brush tool. But you buy one, and what's the difference? Uh, the brush tool is kind of like a little bit of a texture, like so. So, for instance, if you click on it, you can get like a texture like drawing. And another tool you can use is the select tool. So when you like want to select it, you can circle around it to select it. And from here, you can the toolbar again. The tool properties have more settings that you can use. So you can select marquee select. So that's basically the same thing as lasso setup, but you just do that. But I prefer lasso. So when it's by selecting, you notice that if you put your the arrow on it, it'll give you a description of it. So with the black arrow, you can select things, and you can like change the rotation, the size. You can hold shift to keep it in place, and then change its size. And from there, you can use the cut tool. So, like for instance, I want to cut a piece of it. You can just go like this, and it'll select. It knows this green to let you know you cut it, and you can remove that piece. And another one is the contour. This is where you can use the exact same thing, but this time you can like manipulate the points that you made when you made it when you used the pencil, and you can like bend them. And some of them have similar to what you see in Illustrator. You can bend the bar or hold shift to like bend it in a certain to a certain length. You can bring it out to manipulate the shapes, and you can also like pick one and skin and bend the shapes. And you can do it to the paint one too, but the paint one is like a lot more. But you can see the difference. I see how it's like the texture. If you do move it, you're like moving the texture itself. It's getting all distorted. All right, and same tools again. Like you can add more with the pencil edit, and you can always go to the tool properties and get more options. Another one is the stamp tool. Like you can choose different images here in your stamp. And another one is the pencil eraser. So like it's like you like erasing it, and you can say how big you want the erase to be changed to be erased. And you can add text, and you can over here you can adjust your text. And another tool you can add the different shapes like a circle. And the paint one, you just choose your color, what you want it to be, and you can fill in the hole. However, there's an interesting one here. Let's see if I can show you. All right, so also you notice that since that's like the red, the pencil's red too. So you have a choice. You can use the dropper, just select a color and then bring it back. If my stuff's black, if I select, I can change the color. If it was closed, you can select the color and it will change the color to black. All right, so there's a gap. And when it's a gap, it doesn't fill in the hole. It only fills in the hole when it's closed. But there's a tool you can use. You gotta select this. That is for gaps. So let's select white. So when I select inside of it, it should fill it up, even though there's a gap. So usually you gotta tell it the size of your gap. The tool is not perfect. Let me try it again. Okay, so it sometimes depends on your camera how you're looking at it. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. It's a little wonky too, but it does fill in the gap if there is a hole in it. Okay. This one controls the pivot of your drawings. This is for the morph tool where you can like change one object to another. That's for another tutorial. Here is where you can use the hand to move your drawing desk, or you can zoom in, or you can rotate. Here's for animations and the different types. So anything you move or animate will animate it to the timeline and use the onion, or you can just lock it off. That's for another tutorial. Uh, Mostly you animate with with the animation on using the transform tool here to be used. So as soon as you move it, it will leave a dot here showing that you animated it. But that's for another tutorial. This is your bone or your schematic thing for animation. That one will be for another tutorial. And same thing for this one. This is the onion. So you can see your previous animation from another frame. Let's go back to the cut tool. And let's say instance that you and you selected it. And you see the difference of stuff here, the dots. If you use the cut tool, and there's different ways you can use it. You can use the one like one the one that's like that one you could usually I told you you could just go like this and you can get rid of the image, or you can just go like this and cut. But you gotta know where to cut to do that. So let's undo that again. Usually when like there's an intersect, you can do that kind of cut. Yeah, that's one way to cut, or you can just go like this with the and you can cut the whole thing where you cut. And that's the overview of the toolbar. And that's it for today's tutorial. If you enjoy content like this and would like more, don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, if you want more information about Magic or want to see more content from Magic social media, check the description box below. See you in the next tutorial.